Hi, amazing friends. This is the Cybernet, and quickly today we're going to be covering server-side request forgery. This is a web application vulnerability where a hacker is able to make the server of the particular target they have permission to test, or a malicious hacker is able to make that server or that target make a back end request. Sometimes they use it to take over the account of the administrative account, or leak sensitive information from the targeted server. So quickly, I'm going to be using a lab from Portswigger. It's a simple SSF SSSRF vulnerability. So it's mimics a shop kind of application where by usage we already know the best way to use an application even before you start doing your research and um, actively attacking it is to first understand what the application is doing with your input. So here we see a check stock and there are different countries. So I would want to know how we handles it if we choose Paris, and then we'll click on check stock in the Paris store, and then we're seeing the unit, right? Now we know it makes it sends a request on our behalf to the server to check this particular function we're trying to impute into the server. So quickly, let's use our Bob suite to intercept the same request and see the way we can manipulate it. Now, looking at this Bob suite intercept, where the proxy tab where I already intercepted this traffic, I'm seeing that it's making an API. This stock is making an API call to a local host, but by default we already know this is encoded, and now we can see that it is URL encoded. Nice. I'll quickly want to send it to the repeater and then put down the intercept so that we can solve the lab and also explain the mindset behind this, right? So I'm going to make this bigger so you can watch. So this API we just highlighted, we realize that it's making a call to the back end. And how do we know that? Okay, yeah, from the URL here we can see that we can edit the HTTP request that is being made by this by the server, and when we send the request and is trying to check the stock with the API key, is this stock available, and if it's available, how many units is it available. So but we know, what if we want as an attacker to make this request a bit malicious to see if we can get the application to send us an admin panel, something like that. We're trying to um make you release maybe an admin information for us. So quickly, let's try and see if we can see an admin panel. Okay, so let's send the request and see if we can see. We'll make the changes, yeah, and we'll notice that it has been URL encoded. So let's send it and see if we're going to get how the web application is going to handle our input. And by looking at this, we're already getting an HTML response in the body, right? But let's render it and see in real time how it looks like. Yeah, we are able to see the admin panel, but we need to pass um this lab. But for a bug hunter at this point, you can take a screenshot and show them we manipulated the input to be able to see the admin panel. And if we increase our attack payload, we can actually delete any of this user. So let's see if we can actually delete the Carlos user, right, to be able to pass this lab. So I'll like to see the request in the current browser. I'll copy the link and I'll go back to my browser right now. If I go back to the browser, I like to make it bigger too for better visibility. Then I'll just paste it here. the link I copied from my the that I rendered from my bob repeater. So now I'm seeing the same thing I saw at the render panel on my bob suite. But now if we try to just delete Carlos, see, it's going to tell us admin interface only available if logged in as an admin. And remember, we are performing a server-side request forgery. We're trying to make the server give us an information, a HTTPS information, make a call for us in the place of a super user, but as an ordinary user, like a customer, like a user, but we're making it give us an information, a high privilege information. So right now, what I would want to do is I would want to I can't do this, I can't delete because I'm not making the request from the local host. The server understand that this request is coming from the user, but want to manipulate it to see if we can make the same request as the administrator. So we're going to do the inspect element, and on the inspect element, if you can see this properly, it's telling us that we to there's a H reference here, and we can do delete the username of the person we want to delete. So I would want to go back to the same bob suite, and on my bob suite right now, I would want to come back here. So what if I come back here, yeah, and see if I can on this port include the name of the person I want to delete. So I can put slash delete question mark user name equals Carlos. So let's be sure this is before we make the changes. Let's go back to the we can see slash admin slash delete slash username slash username equals to the name of the person we want to delete. So that means we are correct. So quickly let's go back to make the changes. Yeah, what if we now send it? Yeah, we sent that, and yeah, okay, not fun. Let's go back to the congratulations, we've solved this lab because we've successfully deleted Carlos from the server, even though we did not have the admin privilege, but we were able to delete someone completely, both their information from a database. Now, this is a simple case of uh, server-side request forgery. If this video was helpful, drop a comment on the comment box.